1 hour. Starting from now, this session should end 1 hour after 9:15, that is at 10:15. And from my dashboard, I can see the request which are from members is almost to everyone in the House. So when you have the opportunity to ask, kindly do so under 2 minutes, because if you do not, make sure you go straight to the question, straight to the inquiry you want to make. Do not unnecessarily waste time in laying a lot of foundation. So I'll go straight to, well, whoever is not in will forfeit, of course, the opportunity. The next online, Senator Roba. Senator Roba is not in. Senator Joe Newton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity, and I think I want to seek clarification from the witness, and I hope she's listening, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, there was a video that was played that showed one person that was said to be an activist in Meru talking about something very malicious against the Senate. Mr. Speaker, I would like the witness to tell us the circumstances surrounding those comments. Mr. Speaker, number two, there was a fire in the witness's compound, Mr. Speaker, but looking at the image on the video, the fire was just next to the wall. There was some goods that would have been destroyed by this fire, but which did not catch fire? Would the witness clarify exactly how the fire that was supposed to be damaging to her property actually fell just next to the wall? Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, I would like the witness to clarify and tell us, because there is a claim that there was a particular disease that was killing cattle in Meru, Mr. Speaker. Would the witness tell us whether she made a statement to the county assembly or a question or even a petition in the county assembly? Being a member of the county assembly, Mr. Speaker, instead of prosecuting this matter in public. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Those are the clarifications I'll be seeking from the witness. Thank you.
Madam Zipora, you may respond directly to those 3 questions.
The comments made by the activists against this house, this honorable house, I started by saying I regret those comments. They are not part of, they don't form the opinion of the County Assembly of Meru on the opinion of this house. And I also trust they don't form the opinion of the Meru people. And according to the video, because I was not present in that meeting, it shows that there was some, the video shows that there were some prayers for the late brother that we've talked about. And it is in those circumstances that the person who talked about or who gave those comments commented on that. And personally, I may not really understand why the activists went into castigating this honorable house in his own comments. I believe it is unfortunate, unwarranted, uncalled for, and I really regret that. I personally also disassociate myself from the comments. I don't share the same opinion.
You have answered that one. I want you to answer the second and third question in under 1 minute. We are running against a crazy timeline.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Well guided. On the second question on the fire, I informed this house, and I again submit, that the fire was thrown into my home from from the fence. It did not originate. It did not originate from my house. And then there is some distance between the cow shed that you saw and the wall, that is the fence. And that is the reason as to why it was not able to burn the cow shed, because there's some distance. And again, the watchman who was awake at that particular time, you could see him coming and trying to find out what has caused the fire with a torch. And it is from that instance that the watchman woke up those who take care of the cows to come and assist him put off the fire. So I again submit that fire, I cannot confirm the origin of the fire, but it was thrown. And indeed, when I reported to the police, they came, collected the exhibits, including what was thrown into my compound, and it was smelling a lot of petrol. And even now, they have those exhibits at Nkobo Police Station. On point number 3, I submit that the disease that the farmers from Moruko were talking about was the rampant skin disease. And indeed, I submit to this house that I'm also a farmer. I do farming. I also end a challenge. But I submit that I did not seek a statement in the County Assembly of Meru. I did not file a petition, but I can say I have sought over 15 statements of other issues in the County Assembly of Meru. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you. I will allow Senator Manzo, Daniel Tonga, and shortly after Senator Manzo, I'll ask Senator Wakoli to also ask both so that you answer the 2 senators at once. Senator Manzo.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, about the fire on the County Assembly, you already provided a video on your house. Is there any evidence that the County Assembly ever caught fire? And if it did, how come you still went on to spend the night there and still use the chamber the next day? And secondly, on the diseases of the cows, I believe these cows are owned by individuals, and they are also associated with a cooperative society. When a disease breaks out, do the owner of the animals immediately seek their own private vet, or will it take a long process to go to the county government, whereby the county government then has to go through a procurement process? What would be the most logical thing to do for an owner of a cow which gets sick? And we saw those videos, the people complaining, whether they will immediately go on to deal with it or look for the county government. Is a long route. And finally, on Buri, you showed a video on Buri, and somebody said that Buri will burn down. Can you confirm to the Senate whether the whole of Buri sub-county was burned down? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Okoli.
Thank you very much.
Madam Zipora, you will wait for the second set of questions from Senator Okoli, then you answer both at once.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika. Ningependa kumuuliza Mheshimiwa MCA, katika mkutano wa wakulima pale ambapo ng'ombe walikuwa wanafariki kutokana na ugonjwa wa ngozi. Mheshimiwa Spika, naomba utulivu kati ya viongozi wenzangu.
Majority Leader and Senator Cherargei, please allow Senator Wafula to be heard in silence.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika. Ningependa kujua iwapo katika mkutano huo kulikuwa na waafisa wa kaunti ambao walijiunga nawe kushuhudia vifo vya ng'ombe na mifugo kwa sababu ya maradhi ya ngozi. Na jambo la pili, katika jumba la county pale ambapo mlikesha usiku kwa sababu ya hofu ya kushambuliwa, iliweza kunakiliwa katika vitabu vya jumba lenu la wakilishaji wa wadi kwamba maisha yenu yako hatarini na kwamba tukiangalia stakabadhi za chumba chenu tutaweza kuthibitisha kwamba ni haki na ni ukweli kwamba viongozi walikuwa wametafuta hifadhi kwa sababu ya shutuma ama vitisho mlivyokuwa mnapata kutokana na kazi ambayo mlikuwa mmejitwika katika kaunti yenu. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika.
You may now proceed to respond to those questions.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker and the Honorable Senators. On about the fire in the Assembly, I submit that I was inside the Assembly and the fire started, the fire, I saw the fire on the roof of the Assembly from inside. And I submit that a report was made, a report on the occurrence was made at the Meru police station. And Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, I submit that the County Assembly of Meru has a CCTV footage, although I did not have adequate time to extract the CCTV footage. It can be evidence and good evidence and can really give us the evidence on how the Assembly was touched. Then on the disease, I would want to know that it is true that the individual farmers take care of their animals, especially when the animals have some problems. But I submit that the issue of vaccination is a very, very big issue that is usually done by the government simply because the farmers cannot be able to keep those vaccines. There is no single practitioner, private practitioner who vaccinates the cows. The practitioners cannot. Number two, the farmers may not be able to. To afford the vaccines, which are very expensive, and actually in the past, as it is the standard practice, the government subsidizes the vaccinations to ensure even these diseases do not spread, because a disease can be read by a farmer who is ignorant and then it spreads, and this disease wipes out all the cows. Then I would also want to submit on the third issue about Bore. The public participation in Bore that the officer is purporting to disrupt. He tried to disrupt the public participation, but our staff from the county assembly tried to insist on those that wanted to participate to write memorandums, written memorandums. So from Bore sub-county, we relied heavily on written memorandums because many of the participants shied away from the public participation venues because of the same threats. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Sorry, the second question, I'm sorry, Honorable Speaker and the members.
Proceed.
Then on the second one, about the disease, I submit that I did not say there was a meeting. I said these farmers consulted me or talked to me about their plight. They explained to me that they suffered these losses, and we did not have any meeting. And I submitted that immediately I got the report. I called the director, livestock production and veterinary services, to find out why the county, as it is the norm, was not vaccinating cows at this particular time. And that is the great effort that I made, and it was to no avail because we did not get any assistance. On the county assembly, again, I have noted that the county assembly, the reports by the investigators indicated that it was a petrol bomb, and I ran those charges here. It was a petrol bomb that was thrown. It was actually, it was retrieved by the investigators, and they have it as part of their evidence as they were charging these criminals. And again, I would want to say, I submitted that the members of the county assembly, including I, were feeling threatened, and that is exactly why the members of the county assembly slept in the chamber in order to be able to secure their security. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Senator Osotsi Godfrey. And after